welcome to this video. In this video, you will learn about C programming editors, compilers and how to execute a C program. Let's begin. In the previous video, you learned how to write a simple program in C. Then, where we should write that program? For that, we should use source code editor. Program is also called source code. Text editors are not only used for editing text but also used for editing programs. Let's see few text editors used for C programming like Notepad, Notepad++, Sublime Text, Bluefish, Atom, Emacs, Genie and Vim Editor. We know that the availability of these text editors will be different from one operating system to another operating system. Based on the operating system of your machine, it's okay. You can select whichever the editor you would like to work with. Let's say for example, currently my system is running on Windows operating system. I am opening Notepad to edit the program. Let's open Notepad. I open Notepad. First, we need to save this program. Click File, click Save and we should give the file name. Let's say I want to give the file name as welcome. To say that it is a C programming file, we must give .c. .c is the extension for C programming source code file. Now, click on Save. You must remember the location where you are saving this file. Let's say I am saving this file onto my desktop with the name welcome.c. Now click on Save. We can see here the name of the file is welcome.c. Now let's write our first program. Okay, we wrote the program. After we wrote the program, we need to save this again because at the very beginning we saved the blank file, right? So each time when we are doing changes, we must save the file. Then only the changes will be saved to the file. So File, click Save. One more thing I would like to say here. We know that a function will have return type, function name and arguments. We know that for the function, return type and arguments are optional. But to execute our program successfully, no need to give arguments. But we must give return type, int. Then we must return an integer. To return integer, we should write return 0. Statement should end with semicolon. If you did not understand about this, don't worry. About return type, I will explain you in the functions concept. And we need to save this program again. So, make a habit of go to File and click Save or use the shortcut Ctrl+S. Okay, now this program is in high level language code which is in English language. But this program will be executed by the machine. We know that machine can understand only binary language which is zeros and ones. So, we need to translate this high level language code into machine code. Then only we can execute the program. For that, we need to take the help of one software that is called compiler. Let's see few compilers available for C programming. These are the few compilers like GNU Compiler Collection, short GCC, MinGW, Minimalist GNU for Windows. MinGW is GCC compiler for Windows operating system. Clang compiler, Portable C compiler, Tiny C compiler and Borland Turbo C compiler. Among all these, GNU compiler, it means GCC compiler is the most popular compiler. I already installed GCC compiler on my machine, which is MinGW, because I am running on Windows operating system. For installation and setup process of MinGW compiler, I created separate video and put the link in the description box below this video. Please check. Now, let's compile this program. To compile this program, we should go to command prompt. Let's go to command prompt. And now we should point to the path where our program is saved. We know that we saved our program onto the desktop. Let's go to the desktop and check our file welcome.c. Now we should go to desktop. Here we are at users. The username is Gautam Sai N. Now let's go to the desktop. For that we should use CD for changing the directory to desktop. Okay, this is the place where our program is there. Now we need to compile our program. For that we need to invoke GCC compiler. To invoke the GCC compiler, we should use the command GCC, give space. We should give the source code file name. Which file we want to translate into the machine code. It is welcome.c file. After that, we should give one option hyphen, W is capital, wall. This option is used to see the warnings in our program. If you make any mistakes, the compiler will show the warnings. Exactly at which place we make mistakes. After that, space, we should give one option hyphen O. O for output file. Then we should give the name of the output file. The name of the file is our choice. Mostly better to give the same file name as the source code file name, so that we can understand this output file is related to which source code file. So I am giving same as source code file name, that is welcome. Now let's notice the desktop. As soon as the compilation process is completed, we can see one file is created, that is welcome output file. The output file will have the extension of .exe. Exe means executable file. Let's right click on this file, properties. We can see here the name of the file is welcome and the type of the file is .exe file. So this file is welcome.exe. So .exe file is the file which is going to be executed by the machine. Now we need to execute .exe file. For that we should give the name of the exe file. The name of the exe file is welcome, which is there on the desktop. Now let's click enter. We can see here the output of our program, and we can also give .exe, but giving .exe is optional. One more thing I would like to say here, we can also open this file to execute our program. Let's see here. I double click on the file. What happened? When we double click on the file, the machine started executing the program. Once it finished the execution, it closed the window. It's like a flash. Within fraction of seconds, it opened and closed immediately. This is because our program is executed by the machine very fastly within milliseconds or seconds. But we were unable to see the output clearly. That's why we go to command prompt and type the name of the exe file. And one more thing, once we make any changes to the program, let's do some changes to the program. I did some change. We know that we need to save this file. Now we should compile the program again. Without compiling the program, let's execute the exe file. Then we can see the previous output only. So we need to execute this command again to generate the exe file. Click enter. Now let's execute the exe file. We can see the changes what we made. Let's do a mistake here. I am taking out the semicolon. Now let's save the changes. Let's compile our program. We can see here -wall option is showing the warnings or errors in our program. Welcome.c in function main, we can see here expected semicolon before this token. It means before this closing token in welcome.c, expecting semicolon. Now correct it, save, come here. Now the error is corrected. Again run. We will stop here for now. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you in next video.